Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Anthony Darst, aka Anthony D, coming to you with another quick video. This week I'm doing a video about how you can maintain a good rating. You have a 5-star rating. You want to stay above 4.5 stars for sure. Now, I think that's on the low end. Personally, right now, mine after 500 rides is 4.84. It could use a little work. It was a little better. In the meantime, I want to explain to you guys how I maintain it and how I keep it up there. When the passenger gets in my vehicle, of course I verify who I'm giving a ride. Who's the driver? Who is your driver? Or I say, hey, what's your name? Okay, hey, nice to meet you, Michelle. How's it going? I'm Anthony. Pleasure. Are you a frequent Uber user? And I always go in and I ask questions about how Uber's been treating them so far. And then I also try to give them tips and pointers or anything I can offer that may help them with the Uber experience. Now, with that said, if I get a passenger that asks me about the rating system and how it works, I always tell them rate their passenger or rate their driver accordingly. Now, as far as me rating my passengers, unless I have an issue with the fare, I always give 5 stars. So if the customer is an asshole or not very nice, I will, if it's bad to the point where I feel uncomfortable or I feel like they should not be treating drivers like that, I'll go ahead and I'll email Uber and I will give them a 1-star rating. So my rating system as far as rating passengers is pretty much a 1 or a 5-star. So they have to mess up pretty bad for me to not give them a 5-star rating. Now, the other way around, I always tell my passengers, if your driver doesn't deserve a 5-star rating, rate accordingly. So I always ask the name, I always greet myself, I always make eye contact when they're getting in the vehicle. I always have some sort of treats. I have mints, I have gummy bears or gummy worms or something like that, Reese's Pieces, something like that. I always have something in the car just for them to see. I don't always offer it, but for them to see, and a lot of times they'll ask. But do your best to be polite. Do everything you can to make sure that their ride is safe. Make sure you know the roads. Do your best as a driver to follow the navigation and try not to miss your exits, because that's the main thing that would definitely knock down your 5-star rating. The other thing is keep in contact with your passenger. A lot of times at bar close, if it's coming up on 2 a.m. in the morning and there's a lot of traffic and there's a lot of stuff going on downtown, I always call my passenger, hey, in Minneapolis specifically, a good example is we have Hennepin and we have First. They're parallel busy streets at 2 a.m. So 4th through 6th, which is going opposite directions, 4th through 6th, they always shut down at bar close. So I know that personally, so I'll always call the passenger and say, hey, it looks like you're on 5th and Hennepin. I need you to walk 1 block south and I'm parked here waiting for you. So I always keep it open-ended. I always explain to the passengers, hey, it's really hard sometimes in the middle of the night to be able to find you and pull up and pick you up exactly where you're at. So just be ready for a phone call from your driver. And I always try to educate the passenger on how it works a little bit. Now, another thing is the PIN. A lot of people have problems with the PIN drops. I do get comments on that all the time. And what happens is when the passenger orders the Uber ride, a lot of times when they order it, it'll be, half a block to half a mile away from where they're actually at, because they do a quick finger swipe when they open the app or they move the pin a little bit, something like that. So to eliminate all the confusion and to save yourself time, I always call the passenger, hey, I don't even text them, hey, this is Anthony, your Uber driver, what's going on? I was just wondering if this pin has been dropped in the right spot. Now, again, that's giving you credibility and customer service, right? So when you pull up, hey, I'm Anthony, nice to meet you. Michelle, how was your night? How'd it go? Okay, good. Well, of course, verify who you're speaking with first. Car cleanliness is a big deal. A lot of people don't like getting in a messy car. They don't like seeing the messy floor mats. They don't like seeing the fingerprints or kids' shoe marks or whatever. So keep your wipes on deck. Be able to clean your car. Don't have car seats. Don't have junk sitting on the seats. Don't have to move stuff when they're getting into your vehicle. People don't like that. Make sure that your car is ready to be hopped in by a CEO executive that's using UberX just to save a little bit of money, because it does happen. So make sure, guys, that your car is clean on the inside and the out. Make sure all your lights are working and make sure that you are a good driver. Music, that's another thing. Make sure that the music that you're playing is non-offensive. Be sure and ask the customer if there's something that they would like played. I pay for Spotify, I pay for SoundCloud, Pandora, just so they have the options. In fact, I'll be running a tablet for them to run the music all together pretty soon here. So be sure that you have kind of open-ended music, or that you're open to listening to other music. Definitely do not keep the talk radio going in the background and doing all that.
Daddy.
But again, guys, those are some helpful tips. Those are some things that help me. If you have any comments, any questions, anything like that, feel free to comment below. I do want to tell you, my name is Anthony D. I am Anthony D. That's my hashtag for almost everything. You can find me on Facebook, find me on Twitter, find me on SoundCloud, find me on anything, Anthony Darst or IAmAnthonyD. Now, one thing, if you are new to Uber, check out new2uber.com. That's a website that I've started that got a link to all of my YouTube videos. Now, make sure as well that if you're an Uber driver, follow my YouTube page, subscribe to it, because I post these videos constantly and I try to help drivers figure out the best way to make money and to do it safely, and just give out the tips and pointers and everything I can do to help. So guys, again, I am Anthony D. New2uber.com. Go ahead and create a forum. Check out that forum. See if there's anything in there that'll help you out. And of course, feel free to sign up with the link below if you want to be a driver. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Have a good day.